Hi folks, Nick Toy, Feathertop winemaker, sitting out here in our beautiful Feathertop vineyard. Wow, hasn't the world changed a little bit in the last couple of weeks? Last time you saw us, last time you saw me, sorry, I've just been talking about the fact that we've lost our entire 2020 harvest to smoke taint. This follows on from the earlier bushfires, which also had a serious effect on our on-site operations. So obviously we had to close down our cellar door and all our events over that period. So this worldwide pandemic for us really is probably just stage 3 in the proverbial storm of what is 2020 at the moment. So we feel pretty well equipped at the moment because we've sort of been in austerity mode. We've had to close down our cellar door and all our events, obviously with the bushfires as well, so we're in a pretty good position with that. But obviously it's a very, very difficult time for everybody. Myself and Michael, a vineyard supervisor who's currently my videographer, out in the vineyard at the moment. We are, in these current conditions, still able to operate our vineyard. Thankfully so, because without our vineyard we don't have much of a business at all, and we certainly can't be leaving it at the moment to its own devices. So we're out here at the moment basically doing what is quite a heartbreaking task of dropping all our beautiful fruit on the ground. We're currently at the last row of our Fiano. It is a little bit heartbreaking, but again, this is the reality of bushfires and smoke taint. So at the moment, we're just currently dropping this. We've probably got about another week of doing that, and then we'll be preparing the vineyard for pruning, which will be a very long operation because we'll probably have to do it all amongst ourselves, and it'll be a very, very long operation, probably about 4 months worth. So, but that's something we'll be getting to soon. But Michael and I are obviously observing social distancing. We're being pretty good at the moment. We've got a very large vineyard, so it's quite an easy thing to do at the moment. Inside, Mel and Janelle madly packing cases, sending out to our wonderful wine club members and wonderful loyal customers, and just letting you know too that those sort of sales are enabling us to keep these vineyard operations going, which is our 100% focus at the moment. Because once this pandemic clears, however long that takes, and we can flick some switches and get our business operating again, it's really vital that we have our vineyard at the stage that we need it at that time. So it's really important we keep these operations going. So heartfelt thank you to all of you as well who have been purchasing wine, and to all our loyal wine club members for sticking with us. We're absolutely doing our best at the moment to keep this business operating, and to keep what is the greatest club in Australia operating, and we're really confident we can do that too. So after my last video and we talked about our loss of harvest, I've had quite a few inquiries about why we're dropping fruit on the ground, why we don't just leave it on the vine. It is a choice that we've made to drop the fruit on the ground. Basically there's 3 really good reasons for that. Firstly, it's to minimise sort of pests, so things like vinegar flies, wasps, bees, birds, we don't really want in large numbers in our vineyard. Second, and slightly more important, is the disease pressure that leaving the grapes on the vine can cause. So basically, a lot of our fungal diseases love rotting grapes. So if we left them on the vine, it would probably mean that fungal load will be much higher during our spring season if we left them on the vine. But probably the most important thing is vine health for us. What happens if you leave grapes on the grapevine is that they will continue to accumulate the sugars till they get ultra ripe. Normally we would have taken that fruit off already if we're making wine. What that does is it actually taps into the reserves, the carbohydrate reserves of the vine, and soaks up a lot of those reserves and use a lot of those carbohydrates where normally they would have been still stored in the vine. This is really, really important for next year's growing season. So by taking the fruit off, it sends a trigger to the vine to start storing those excess carbohydrates, and then they translocate through to the permanent parts of the vine. And as the vine goes into dormancy during winter, they're stored in the trunk of the vine and then ready for spring when we have bud burst. So if we left them on the vine, basically those reserves would be depleted down to a level that we wouldn't be very happy with. So that's our biggest reason. These little things here, as I said, are the future of our business, and really important that we maintain their viability. That's it from me now. Keep in mind that I've been doing a heap of videos for our virtual cellar door. Obviously we can't see you on site at the moment, so I've been madly recording videos, going through all our different wines, doing tasting notes and virtual cellar door tasting notes for all our wines. So keep an eye on that on our webpage as well. And once again, thank you so much for all your support. It means the world to us, and it's enabling us to keep these beautiful things as healthy as we can. Thanks, and bye for now.